Welcome back. We got another edition of the Rocky Top Rundown for you, your one-stop shop for all things Tennessee athletics. I'm Gabriella Gennaro.
And I'm Scott Nappy.
The Lady Vols volleyball team traveled down to Tuscaloosa to face off against the Alabama Crimson Tide in hopes of making a statement to get into the NCAA tournament. Let's roll the highlights. Starting off early in the first set here, it's Natalie Hayward with the set and then a kill to the corner by Morgan Fingal. Still a close game here and a nice fake out here by Erica Lovett to tie the set. Now we go to the first match point and it's Erica Lovett again this time with a diving dig and then Morgan Fingal with the kill to win the set. Start of the second set, Abby Eckler with the serve here, a dig and pass by Alabama, and then boom, what a block by Danielle Mahaffey. Now we jump to the set point, and it's a nice reaction at the net by Hayward, and a kill by Jasmine Brooks to win the second set for Tennessee. We're going to go to the end of set 3 here and a serve by Erica Lovett with Alabama trying to make a save, but it's Tennessee's point here. And the final point here with Alabama only down by 1 point, but it's Morgan Fingal again with the kill to win the game. After this match win, the Vols traveled back to Knoxville and sat around patiently, waiting to see if they made the tournament. And we have to show you this clip of the team when they found out the great news that they had made it. We love to see that excitement. The Lady Vols will take on the Purdue Boilermakers on Friday at 4 p.m. in Louisville, Kentucky. And that game can be watched on ESPN+.
With the semester and fall sports coming to a close, Gabriella and I wanted to give you all our favorite Tennessee sports moments of the year. Why don't you start us off, Gabriella?
Of course, my favorite moment of the fall sports at Tennessee. First, I have to go with the win over Bama. I mean, it really doesn't get better than that. But let's roll the highlights and show my favorite play. We're early in the fourth quarter. Tennessee is trailing for the first time in the game, but we have that hooker to Hyatt for 78 yards. That connection has been so great all season, and we really began to see it in this game. But it doesn't stop there. Tennessee had missed an extra point, and they knew they had to make up for it. So they go for the 2-point conversion here, Hendon to Princeton Fant, and they're up again. Next, let's jump over to the Tennessee versus Pitt game. It's the first big game of the season. It goes into overtime, and the Vols get the ball first and score a touchdown. Then it's Pitt's turn, and we have to see what happens here. So Pitt gets the ball, and they make it to the 10-yard line, but it's 3rd and goal, so they have to make a play here. But what a stop by Trayvon Flowers, and this ultimately leads to a win and a start of a really great season for the Vols. It has truly been an amazing semester here on Rocky Top. What are your favorite moments, Scott?
Thanks, Gabby. My first favorite moment, I have to agree with you, has to be beating Alabama at home. I mean, it was just great, and seeing the excitement that it sent across the whole campus and the state was phenomenal because it showed how passionate we were about our school and our football team. And if you look at some of these highlights right here, you got Chase McGrath hitting the game-winning field goal, and it sent the crowd into a frenzy. We stormed the field. They stormed him. Everybody was so happy. Look at this sea of orange just coming right onto the field, all the fireworks. First time since 2006 we were able to do so, and I think it made everyone really happy. My second favorite moment of the season is our win against Florida because it showed that Hendon Hooker rushed for over 100 yards and threw for over 300 yards for the first time since Josh Dobbs, but just becoming the second quarterback to do so in the same game. And it also was great because Florida, we haven't beat them since 2016. It was the first time we were favored to beat them, and we did so. And I couldn't be happier because it showed that Hendon Hooker is a two-way player, and it really set us up for a great football season. And here's a final play of the game where Florida drops back to throw the ball, and we get a game-winning interception to seal the victory.
With football season winding down, we wanted to give you our projections of where we think the Vols will end up for their bowl games. Scott and I both agree on where and who we will face, and that is in the Orange Bowl in Miami against Clemson. Scott, I think we both agree that Tennessee has earned its spot in the New Year's Six bowl game.
Oh, absolutely. After getting ranked below Alabama last night in the rankings, I mean, we all saw that they were probably going to make the Sugar Bowl. But the fact that Clemson, LSU, and Oregon all lost, it really solidified us to be at least in the Orange Bowl, and I can't be happier, and I'm very excited to see what happens against Clemson.
Absolutely, and you know, Tennessee and Clemson were top 10 ranked teams when they both fell to an unranked South Carolina, so I think that could make for an interesting Orange Bowl.
And it's also great because Dabo Sweeney had some comments about our loss to South Carolina, and then they lost, and now we're probably going to face them. So let's see if he can eat his words.
Let's.
Sticking with the topic of football, our very own Joey Peterson sat down and talked to one of the brand new stars of the Tennessee coaching staff, Kelsey Pope.
If you've watched Tennessee football for any amount of time this season, the wide receiver core has likely stood out to you. It's a group that's thriving this season, and first-year coach Kelsey Pope is at the helm of it all. Embracing the role you're given isn't something new for first-year wide receivers coach Kelsey Pope. Pope was officially promoted from assistant coach back in March, and it's safe to say that the promotion was met with open arms.
Honestly, it was a blur in the moment, and now, you know, you see that video in recruiting and things like that, and it brings me emotions every time because that was the end result of a long journey, of long nights, hard days, tough conversations. And so I think each time I see that video now, it brings me so much joy.
I know that even though he's younger, may not have as much experience as a lot of guys out there, I know he was a perfect man for the job. Already knows the system, already know the offense, already know the guys. He's helped me extremely in my game, and you know, I really had a close bond and relationship with him. And like I said, he's helped me in my game tremendously, so I wanted him.
Tennessee currently ranks in the top 20 in receiving yards, and star wideout Jalen Hyatt leads the NCAA with 15 touchdowns. It's safe to say that Kelsey Pope is doing just fine in his first season. For the Rocky Top Rundown, I'm Joey Peterson.
Thanks, Joey. Well, everyone, there's always plenty of sports and big matchups going on here on Rocky Top. If you can't keep up with it all, don't worry. You can join us again next week for all the updates you need.
And until then, get out and support the Vols this week. From myself, Scott, and all of our crew here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.